Hello, this is WAAAGH, Part 2. So, as you can see here, this is where I took off, and I'm just kiting these storm boys around, and as you can see, the Guardians are making all the difference here, and so are my LP2s. They're actually, by getting LP2s, and if you're playing defensively like this, you're basically getting more money, and the money that you spent for buying those LPs is basically paid for by the units that they kill. If you're really good at LP placement, but it's hard to know when they're going to hit and everything, so, and sometimes they'll just get units that outrange LP2s, which is kind of the easy way, kind of like Reapers and such. But the problem with Reapers is WAAAGH banners that are upgraded once can outrange Reapers until I get the later upgrades.
What needs to be done?
But right now it's basically over. I mean, I just wiped out all his forces, and he's not going to be able to defend this. He may be able to keep me back for a little bit, but in the end, there's nothing he can do. You can see just how useful that ability is too.
They are closing in.
The destroyer guides us. We are the destroyer's agents on this plane.
Shall I divine your next move? Shall I divine your next move?
Time to destroy.
My music is a pillar upon which whole worlds have been built.
How can I help?
We are one with our weaponry.
My powers are yours now.
We
have secured the area.
We
My powers are yours now.
as you command.
I sense the enemy. They are closing in.
The destroyer guides us. The destroyer.
And as you can see there, I mean, there's just nothing they can do. Like, when you're microing, you can, by doing FQ, 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 I mean, sorry, F-tab, F. If you do F-tab, F-tab, if you do FQ, okay, if you do FQ, tab, F-tab, 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 and then you just, all your units will just, will just stop, and they'll be not in fleet of foot. So, sorry, I'm a bit stoned right now, but that's how you do it. I mean, that's how you see I just hit that squad with a nice amount of firepower, and all my troops got in the hit because I was able to stop like that, and then keep running at them after they flew away. And that's how you use Eldar. If you're going infantry, if you're doing 3v3 or something, you can get away with just going vehicles with Eldar, because you can harass with like 2 or 3 Falcons, more if it's working out for you, and 2 or 3 Falcons with the right micro can keep them harassed until you're T3 on a larger map, like Kaiser, some of the larger maps that people play. Of course, on a map like Alvarez, it's always good to go with a strategy like this, or Rangers. I mean, 1v1s are basically what a lot of 3v3 maps and 2v2 maps are like. So if you master 1v1s, then you should be alright to go. I used to be just like a techer, actually, I admit, until I learned, back when I was a newer player, and I just learned over time that games are more fun when each player is battling at like an equal level throughout the tiers, and just turns into a great game of whoever has map control, basically. And I just love how that turns out now. Although my favorite are 2v2s on Doom Spiral. But as you can see here, I'm spamming Wraith Lords, and I have the armor upgrade and everything. And there's nothing really he can do, because his base is just getting demolished, and he's losing everything he's been paying for. He won't even be able to get to he won't even be able to get to T3. So and these Wraith Lords are soaking up all the hits from me right now. And my Fire Dragons have just suddenly massed in number, because my resource is amazing right now. I have a lot of LP2s and a lot of troops on the field. You managed to get Killicons, but I have all these dragons, so these Fire Dragons are At that point I was sitting in melee because I thought he was going to run away. I was surprised. I think he just gave up at this point, but I was surprised, so I was just holding him there. It's good to trick opponents into thinking that they're on the upper hand, but actually they're not. And that's what you do with Eldar a lot, because they get to T3 and get gits all the time and think that they can win. But all it takes is, I mean, you can beat a really good player who has a ton of flash or who has 2 flash gun upgrades with upgrades there, if you have good Reaper micro. Because what you gotta do with long range units is sit and wait for them, so they run into you. You gotta be setting traps so they run into you and not realizing while you're set up. And it's also important to make them run into your points, sit behind your points, so you have range over them. You'll hit them first. You'll be set up, and they won't. You gotta have your guys lined up so each of your units will be able to attack at the longest range possible. So you do it. So GG. Good.